Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have got your trim and tone strength and power circuit. So what we're going to be focusing on here is strength and power. So starting off with your Spiderman push-ups, getting that chest to the ground, bringing that knee around to that elbow. Let's see it. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep your chest and chin up, or at least at a fixed point. Don't tuck your chin into your chest, otherwise you might actually end up booping that nose on the ground. So let's keep this going. Remember, this can be done from the toes. This can be done from the knees, and the very same action you see I'm doing here on the ground can also be done from the wall. Let's keep this going for 10 more seconds, and then we're bringing it up to standing with your side lunge with that hop. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you're gonna come on up to standing. Keep that chest up, step out to the side, plant that heel, drop those hips behind you and down, return to standing, bring that foot in, get that vertical hop at the very top. Here we go. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep that chest up. Don't be afraid to use your arms as a counterbalance. Your hips are going behind you. A lot of your back is as well. So use those arms to counterbalance. Push them out in front of you, or maybe keep them close to the chest to try and keep that center of gravity under, or should I say over, those heels. Let's keep this going for 7 more seconds, and then we've got your V-ups coming at you in 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so with your V-ups, you're gonna take it down to the ground. Drive your low back and hips into the floor, lifting that low back and shoulders off the ground and those feet as well to tap those toes. Now, as you can see here, I'm doing this with both legs, but it can be done with one leg. Just plant that one heel on the ground, raise the leg and those arms up, reach for the toes. Toes too high up, no problem, reach for the shin. Shin too high up, no problem, go for the knees. Not digging that, stick to the single leg lift or lessen that reach all the same. Keeping it going for 10 more seconds. We got your skaters coming at you in 7. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up to standing, you're gonna keep that chest up, step to your right or left, kick that leg behind and across that center line of you, come up, hit the other side. Now, you can stick to just going ahead and on keeping it on the ground. Step over, plant the heel, reach that leg across, come back. You can even use it to stabilize. But if that's not for you and you want to work the balance, step that foot over, keep it off the ground. You want to really up that intensity, add that hop at the top, come down, land on that heel as you rock back to it and repeat from there. In about 7 seconds, we've got your single leg deadlift with a knee drive. So let's keep this going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you want to stick to one side for this. You're going to go ahead, reach down for that toe, using that hip drive and momentum to bring that knee up, get that hop. Let's see it in 2, 1. Now, you can go ahead, make sure you keep those hips square, shut chest up, kick that leg back so you get that nice straight line, come on back up and repeat, or you can tap that toe right behind you. Try to keep your back straight and keep your leg out of it. Come on up, drive the knee, maybe you want to keep that intensity and add that hop. That's where the power comes in. And if you're not digging the hop, don't worry about it, folks. Go for that calf raise. Let's keep this going. We're heading back to the top in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your Spiderman push-ups coming back at you. All right, now we know the movements. Let's go for growth. Keep that chest up, core nice and tight. You're gonna go ahead, bring it down, sternum to the floor. Bring that knee around the outside, trying to get it to that elbow. Now, if this isn't for you, don't worry about it, try it from the knees. And as you can see right here, you can always take it to the wall. Same deal, come down to that push-up, bring your knee up and around, back down again as you come out of the push-up, stabilizing with that foot. Maybe you need to lead into one exercise more than the other. Just keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your side lunge. So you want to step out nice and wide, drive those hips behind you, and then drop them to the ground. Let's see it coming at you in 2, 1. Now, once you've got that side lunge done, you're going to bring that leg back in, bring those feet together, get that vertical hop, and then come right back down into it. Now, you want to stick to one side, letting it burn on that inner thigh and the outer thigh of the opposite leg for another 15 seconds, and we're going to go from there. That's right, drive those hips back. Remember, if the hop's not for you, bring those feet together for a calf raise. Let's keep this going for 5, V-ups in 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so with your V-ups, you're gonna come on down to the ground, driving your low back and hips into the floor. From here, you're gonna lift those legs and reach for those toes with those arms. Come right back down, repeat from there. Now, if you're not on the ground for this one, you can go ahead, bring it up to standing with an alternating leg raise, one side at a time, just like so. Of course, if you are on the ground and say this is just a little too much on that low back, try to draw that belly button into that spine. Keep your chest up, reach for the toes, one at a time, or maybe go for one leg for the first half and then hit the other. 5 more seconds of this. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming on up. We've got your skaters, ladies and gents. So you're gonna go ahead, kick that one foot over, out, and kick that other leg behind it and outside that line. Here we go. Now, if you're not digging that hop, you can stick to just the step over, kick the leg behind and around, come back, hit the other side. Kind of like drawing a little W with your body there. But if you're not digging that and you want to up the intensity, feel free to add that hop, getting that big jump in the middle, landing on those toes, rocking back to those heels, hitting the other side. We're going to rep this out for another 7 more seconds. Let's keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I know your hips might be on fire, but next up, we've got your single leg deadlift with a knee drive. Now, you're gonna stick to one side, kick that heel back, bring that knee up as you come out of the deadlift. Now, you can keep it simple. Drive the knee, put that toe down for a little bit of stability, repeat from there. Another option, of course, is you can add that hop, whatever works best for you. Keep that chest up, lead with that chin, reach for those toes. Toes too low, reach for the shin. Shin too low, reach for the knees. Knee too low, just pump the arms through this for the next 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, guess what? It's time to go through one more round. Final lap, Spiderman push-ups coming at you in 3, 2, 1. Now, if you were at the wall, I want you to come down to the ground and take it to your knees, or an elevated surface maybe. If that is not for you, feel free to stick to that elevated surface and just go for the Spiderman with the high plank. Or if you are on the ground and you've been doing it from the knees, what I want you to do is go ahead, take your time, get that push-up in as you bring the knee around, drop to the knees to finish the push-up. You got 10 more seconds of this, and then we're onto that side lunge with that hop. Let's keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With your side lunge with that hop, step out nice and wide, kick those hips back, drop them down. Keep that chest up as you bring the feet together, get that hop at the top, and repeat. Now what I want you to do is stick to one side for the first half of this work, of this exercise, and then I'm gonna let you know when you're halfway through so you can go ahead and switch to the other. Let's keep this going for a few more seconds, and go ahead and switch it up, hit that other side in 15 seconds. We're almost through. You got about 10 seconds before you take it down to the ground for your V-ups in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground, you want to drive your low back and hips into the floor. As you lift those legs, you want to raise that chest off the ground, raise that low back off the ground, reach for the toes. Slowly lowering yourself back down to the ground, but do not let those shoulders hit the floor, not even those shoulder blades. Come on back up and repeat. Now remember, if this isn't for you, you can go for that single leg raise, hitting one side, and you're about halfway. If that's what you've been doing, now's your chance to switch it up. But if you've been standing, you want to keep that leg raise, alternating hands. Which hand touches that same leg? So you're going to reach out with your foot, with your right arm for that left leg, and your left arm for that right leg. Let's keep this going for 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your skaters. Ladies and gents, with your skaters, you're going to step on over, plant the heel, kick that leg behind and around you. Let's see it. And repeat on the other side. Keep it going, 25 seconds of this. Now remember, this is a lateral agility exercise. So you want to plant that heel, kick that leg behind and across that center line, bring it back, hit the other side, and repeat from there. You got about 10 more seconds of this, and then we've got your single leg deadlift with that knee drive. So let's keep this going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, ladies and gents, nice job. Remember, single leg deadlift with that knee drive, chest up, reach for the toe, drive that knee at the top. Stick to one side, here we go. 30 seconds on the clock, keep that chest up. Drive your heel back, and most importantly, try to keep your hips square. You don't want to open up your hip for this balance. You want to reach across the body with the opposite hand for that opposite foot. Keep it going for this side for another 5 seconds. I'll let you know when to switch, which is now. Switch sides. Here we go. A little past it. 10 seconds left on the clock. Lead with that chest, drive that heel back, keeping this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, you got about 45 seconds of rest here. What's gonna happen now is you're gonna go ahead and get that drink of water. Remember, when sipping on water between rounds, you never wanna drink too much water at once or whatever it is you're sipping on. Maybe it's pre-workout, maybe it's a hydration supplement, but you wanna make sure you get that one sip and go from there. Now, exercise number 1 of round number 2, we've got your bear crawl. You wanna keep your chest up, shoulders back. Come down into that prone position, letting your knees hover off the ground. Reach your right hand forward as you drive the left knee, and repeat on the opposite side. Remember, as one hand reaches, the other knee drives. You've got about 17 seconds before we actually get into this. There's gonna be a 10-second prep time coming at you. Here we go. So down on all fours, letting those knees hover, stepping forward for about 3 steps, then taking it back in 2, 1, let's see it. Now, as you're doing this, keep those knees off the ground, draw that belly button into that spine, and if you find that on the ground is not for you, bring it up to standing, drive that knee, and reach the opposite hand up as you do this. This right here is gonna hit a lot of the same action. Here's a side view for you. Make sure you drive your belly button into your spine as you reach that hand up and drive the opposite knee. This right here is gonna engage those abs all the same. 5 seconds, and we're coming down to the ground once again. 2, 1. All right, we've got your breakdancer plank. So with your breakdancer plank, you're gonna go ahead and take it down to the ground. Reach for that opposite toe with that opposite foot with that hand as you reach that foot through and reach with that hand. Come back, repeat on the opposite side. Now, if that's not for you, maybe just kick the leg through and get that minor rotation in the shoulder, hit the other side, repeat. If you are not on the ground, keep it standing with a nice wide base. You're gonna reach across the body, but keep your arms up. You'll notice as I rotate to tap one toe, I keep my other arm still out in line with that shoulder. Let's keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got your sumo squats, ladies and gentlemen. So from here, coming up to standing, toes pointed out and away from you at a 45-degree angle, drop those hips down and behind you, and keep it right here. Now, remember, it is all about that hip drive when it comes to squats, ladies and gentlemen. You want to make sure that you drive those hips back and then drop them down. This way, you'll use those hamstrings and those glutes. Let's keep this going for 15 more seconds. You're almost through. 10 seconds, we're back on the ground. Let's keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your crab walk toe touch. So you're gonna stay in that crab walk position, heels flat on the ground, hands sitting behind you under those shoulders, reach one foot up and reach for that toe. This right here is gonna hit your quads, your shoulders, those triceps, reach up, tap the toe, come on back. Now, if that's not for you, you can keep it standing with an alternating knee drive to a leg lift while standing. So it goes knee to elbow, hand to toe, hit the other side, knee to elbow, hand to toe, keeping it going right here. This is gonna hit those shoulders as well. Keep that chest up, shoulders rolled back, keeping this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your quarter squat with a hip rotation. You're gonna drop those hips behind you, weight in those heels, and as you come out of the squat, explode, get that hip rotation, tap the toe, hop back into it. Now you're gonna keep this going for the next 30 seconds. You've got 25 left on the clock. Keep that chest up, lead with that chin, drive those hips behind you, and remember, this is a perfect example of it's not important of how high you jump, but how low you squat. That is the main focus of any jump squat, ladies and gentlemen. So drive those hips back, drop down into that nice low squat, come on out of it, get that quarter turn to tap the toes, come back. Keep it going for 2, 1. Next up, we've got your bear crawl. We're back at the top. Remember, letting your knees hover off the ground, keeping them in line with the hips. Hands right under those shoulders. Keep your eyes down and in front of those fingertips as you walk those hands and knees forward. Remember, one hand goes forward, the opposite knee drives forward as well. Not on the ground, keep it standing with that knee drive and that opposite hand reach. We're gonna keep this going for another 15 seconds. You got this.
Check the mic
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, breakdancer plank, staying in that nice high plank. You're gonna kick that leg through the body, tap the toe, bring it back, hit the other side. Now, if this isn't for you, keep it standing with that wide base right outside that hip line. Reach for the toe with the opposite arm with that windmill style action, but you do want to return to the top, get that nice little, I don't know what kind of letter that would be. I guess you could say power formation. Kind of reminds me of the Akuma system, the symbol on the back of the Akuma for power. Anyway, I'm rambling. You got 10 seconds. Let's keep it going. Reach across the body, hit that toe, come on up. Let's keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sumo squats, folks. Keep that chest up. Drive those hips back. Toes pointed out and away from you with a nice 45-degree angle. Let's keep it going. Now, you want to keep your chest up, and remember, you are using predominantly not just your hamstrings, but now you're biting into those IT bands a little bit. So make sure you're rocking back on those heels. Don't be afraid if you roll on the outside of that foot a little bit, but keep that chest up, shoulders back the entire time. 10 more seconds of this, and then we're down on the ground with that crab walk with that toe tap. 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, coming on down into that crab walk. Hands behind you, under those shoulders, feet out in front, under those knees. Reach for the toe as you kick up that foot. You want to alternate sides, so hit one side, hit the other, hit one side, hit the other, hit the one side, hit the other. But if that's not right for you, no worries. Go ahead, maybe just go for that crab walk with just that upwards kick. And if that's too much on the shoulders, keep it standing with that knee drive to that toe tap, hitting one side for both knee, toe, hit the other side, knee, toe. You got 7 seconds before we get that squat with that hip rotation, so let's keep this going for 3, 2, 1. All right, drop those hips behind you and then down. Pop on out of that, get that hip rotation with that quarter turn, and repeat on the other side. Here we go. Now remember, it's about how low you can squat, not how high you can jump, and definitely not how fast you can twist into this. Because even if you're not hopping, you can step into this. So squat down, come up, tap that toe forward, squat down, come up, hit the other side, tap that other toe forward. Keeping this going for 5 more seconds, and guess what? We're back at the top in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bear crawl with, well, that's it. Bear crawl. This is it. Final lap, ladies and gents. Keep that chest up, core nice and tight. Walk those hands and knees forward. Let's see it. You got 20 seconds on the clock, and remember, if you're not on the ground, you can keep it standing with that knee drive and that reach. But if you've been standing this whole time, I want you to try it on the ground. Maybe with an elevated surface, keep those hips low for 10 more seconds. Belly button into that spine. Let's keep it going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your breakdancer plank. So you want to go ahead, nice high plank, kick the leg through, tap the toe, hit the other side. Let's keep this moving in 2, 1. Now, the real focus here is looking to that toe as you kick it through. And if you find that reaching for the toe is a little too much for those shoulders, maybe just kick the leg through and keep those hands planted on the ground. Let's keep this going for 17 more seconds. We're almost through. Final 7 seconds. Keep it going, reaching for that toe for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we've got your sumo squat coming at you. Keep your chest up, shoulders rolled back. You're gonna come down into that squat, but make sure your toes are pointed out 45-degree angles from the body. Let's go. Get deep in that squat, hips back, weight in those heels. Come on up, get that hop, and remember, it's all about that hip drive. Drive those bad boys forward, come right back down into it. You're almost there. Chest up, shoulders back for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we've got that crab walk toe tap. So you're gonna go ahead, staying in that nice crab walk position, hands under those shoulders, feet under those knees. Raise that leg, tap the toe, come back down, hit the other side. Now if this isn't for you, keep it standing with that knee to that toe tap. Not digging that, feel free to go ahead and just stick to one or the other. If you are on the ground, keep it going for 15 more seconds. You're almost through. We're in that home stretch. Then we've got that squat with that hip rotation. Keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, remember, drive those hips behind you, then down to the ground. As you come out of it, explode driving those hips. Get that quarter turn, tap the toe, come back, hit the other side. Now you want to try to keep your shoulders square. Don't try to rotate with your hips or against them. Keep them square. As you can see, I'm facing you guys. I'm squatting down, getting that rotation, coming back. Squatting down, facing you still, coming up, getting that rotation, coming back. Now remember, you can do this while hopping. You can do this while stepping. But final 10 seconds, let's see what you got here. Keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, there you have it. That right there is your strength and power circuit. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom so you can stay tuned to all things nerdy and fit that I do. Today's music was brought to you by DJ Freedom, Quan, Josh Pan, Nico Staff, all of Share, Carmen Marcia, Edu Espinel, DJ Freedom. In addition to that, we want to just let you guys know that this workout was designed, performed, and directed by yours truly, Nerd Coach Fury. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you soon for your next workout. And remember, speed up if you can, slow down if you have to, but never, ever stop.